The tithing contract. Welcome back to Short Points, where we share thoughts on the Sabbath School lessons. This quarter, we're looking at the relationship with God and how it's affected by our relationships with everything else around us. From the perspective of the Bible, God created us in His image. He entrusted us the responsibility to care and to manage a beautiful world that He created for us. One key element in the secret of happiness and success is to understand and accept that we have a creator and that even though we were created in God's image, we are not gods. Last week we talked a bit about the concept of tithe and tithing, something that God instituted to help us understand and incorporate in our way of living a recognition for our dependence from God. This week's lesson looks in more details at what tithing basically is. Contrary to popular belief, tithing is not a way to take advantage of churchgoers. Tithing is very important for God in the relationship with His people. This is obvious from many examples and experiences in the Bible. It's not because God needs money or resources from us though, but because it reflects on key elements that show where our trust is, where our dependence and reliance are, what is important and what is driving us. It also makes us partners with God, working in the same mission. Through the prophet Malachi, God says, "Bring all the tithes into the storehouse, that there may be food in my house, and try me now in this, says the Lord of hosts, if I will not open for you the windows of heaven and pour out for you such blessing that there will be no more room enough to receive it." Tithe means 1/10. 1/10 of what we receive or gain, God asks us to return it back to Him. And this is not something that started with the Jewish nation. Abraham, Jacob, they all had experiences and understanding about returning tithe to God from before and not related to the formation of the Jewish nation, a sanctuary or any similar system. But now there are some questions that come from the verse in Malachi. Where is the storehouse? What's the purpose of this tithe? Should I give 1/10 of the gross or net income, etc.? And these are the questions that the lesson looks at. God asks the tithe to be brought to His storehouse so that there is food in His house. In the Jewish system, people were bringing their tithes and donations to Jerusalem, and the Levites were distributing them from there. The Adventist Church follows the same principle and has designated the local conferences, missions, and unions as storehouses on behalf of the World Church, and from there the mission is financed. Tithe is used to sustain God's ministry and mission in this world. There are no specific formal instructions on how the 10% should be calculated before or after taxes, etc. According to the lesson, though, the majority of givers do so on the gross income before taxes, and there seems to be some guideline published by the General Conference in 1990 that recommends that. But most and foremost, tithing is a relationship with God. He challenges us to try Him, put Him first, trust Him first, return to Him first, and see what He will do for you. It's not a transaction though. It's a relationship. What will I take from this lesson in the length of one tweet? #LessonIn1. Returning 1/10 to God is how we partner with God in mission. It's used to finance His ministry, but most of all, it's a relationship builder. God promises to bless us abundantly when we put Him first. Next week, we will continue looking at what it means to be managing for God. Join us for the lesson, Offerings for Jesus.